Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. I'm here at EICMA 2022 and I'm here at the QJ Motor stand. Now, it's not a brand I'd heard of before I came to EICMA last year. They've got some interesting looking bikes, but I think there's a few that might look slightly familiar compared to other bikes. So I think if imitation is the finest form of flattery, then they are very flattering indeed. What I'm not going to do is talk through every model that's on here, just because I think there's a lot of panels to read and I really don't know much about them. What I will do is try and just give you a quick taste of the bikes they have here, because they do have a real range, and a lot of which look quite similar to some of the models that are out there. I believe it's a Chinese company. I'm not sure where they're exporting to. I expect that at some point they may be making base models or some parts for other manufacturers. But nevertheless, I'll let you see what they have on show and be interested to know what you think. So first up we have this SRV 550, which is sort of a cruiser looking bike, and then also based around that same or similar 500cc single is this other bike that's called an SRC 500, a certain ring of Royal Enfield about it. And then they have something that looks, again, I think this is the same as the engine that was in the retro cruiser, but this is certain styling elements of, well, big cruisers about it. So this one is called an SRV 550 ST. So a few others. Loving that orange paint job. It's definitely a hint of, well, some of the orange bikes about that one. Also available in yellow, which actually looks quite striking in that yellow paint job. That's an SRV 125, so yeah, smaller capacity, but I'm sure that would be appealing to some. And then over here in the middle, we have a couple of sports bikes. So the first one is a 125. Coming over, we then have, is this a 500? Oh no, this is a 450. Can't actually see what's in there. I'm guessing that's a 450 single, maybe even a 450 twin from having a look inside there. Yeah, I mean, it's got a TFT dash. This one's even got the keys in, but probably shouldn't ride it off. Yeah, they then have a couple of adventure bikes. So this one here is called a QJ 650 16A, and it's not a bad looking bike, I suppose. It's got everything you'd normally expect on an adventure bike, including a big screen up front. Yeah, nicely spec'd. We have another variation here. This one has gold wheels and in black and red. This is an SRT 800, so an 800cc adventure bike. It looks like it's actually got a bigger screen, comes with luggage. I'll just have a quick look at the specs. So apologies, I'll try not to read these things because I think you've got better things to do than listen to me just read things. But that says it's a 754cc, makes 56 kilowatts, which I will look how much horsepower that is. 6-speed manual. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting looking bike. Be interesting to know how much it's priced and if they're coming to the UK. This side they've got some more sort of modern naked. So this is an SRK 400 Sport Naked. Again, some hints of some other bikes in there. We also have a 700cc based single. Looks quite interesting. There's a lady here on what I guess is the 900 version of it. And then as I come up the back here, there's lots and lots more. There's even some paint jobs, the white and orange here on this TRX 12, which I guess is a 125. I mean, I'm not saying that any of the manufacturers picked that colour scheme, but it looks sort of familiar. Likewise with the green over here. But I'm sure if these bikes will have a market somewhere. And then at the back here we have a number of scooters. Those of you who do follow the channel will know that I don't know a huge amount about scooters, but nevertheless, a few interesting bikes just to have a quick look at here on the stand. This model is their SRT 800X, which I think is an 800cc twin adventure bike, and it looks fairly solid. I did have a quick look at the weight, and this one is 260 kilos, so I suspect it's more practical as a tourer than actually as an adventure bike. But they have a more adventure-y version one here, complete with a full set of metal boxes, and yeah, I think they look quite nice. I'm not entirely sure it's for me, but I'm sure they will find a market somewhere. So there you have it. That's a very quick look around the QJ Motor stand here at EICMA 2022. Some interesting bikes. I think they're all coming out of China. I don't think they've made it to the UK yet, but yeah, there's some extra choice for people out there. Let me know what you think, and I'll maybe see you on the next video here from EICMA 2022.